So this is it, huh? I cannot confirm or deny that there might be some tears shed today, because even when I was sitting down thinking about the stuff I was going to talk about today, I already felt myself get a little emotional last night. And it might also have something to do with the fact that I'm still a little bit sick. Obviously, streaming for almost 12 hours yesterday when I was already on the cusp of feeling sick didn't help. But I feel good enough to just, like, the fact that we're not playing a game today, I think is a good sign. We're just gonna talk. It might not even be a long stream, because despite having a lot to talk about, you know, it's kind of easy to cover everything. But I do want to thank everybody that is, like, showing up here, both on Twitch and on YouTube. I really do mean it and appreciate it. Yeah, I guess I kind of don't want to switch over to the garage, because it's sort of a beginning of the end type of deal in a couple of ways. In some ways, maybe I'm being a bit overly dramatic, but in other ways, I am very much both excited and scared about what is to come. I hope you guys kind of understand. I'm sure you guys understand that, and I appreciate it. So, how about this? How about we do like a nice our own little countdown in chat? Can we get a countdown in both chats? Can we get a countdown from 5? Like starting with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we can jump right into it. We got 5. Do I hear a 4? 4. 3. Do I hear a... On YouTube as well, do I hear a 3? A 2? And a 1. Just gonna get rid of this. Danny, on YouTube, you're funny. All right. Here we go. Here we are. Our last stream of the year on Twitch and YouTube. Happy to see you guys. Happy early New Year. Happy Sunday for everybody. I hope everybody has had a good morning. I woke up like an hour ago. Super tired. But that's because I still stayed up for a few hours after yesterday's stream. Because there were a couple things I needed to prep. I also thought that I would have to get up early today because I thought I had a meeting. Been having a lot of meetings lately. Good morning. It feels like the morning, so I'm still waking up just a little bit. But yeah, I thought I had a meeting this morning. Turns out I didn't. So I just kind of stayed in bed. I just kind of stayed in bed and didn't really move or do anything. And then my dog came in and she like laid on me, and it's like, oh man, why can't I just stay like this? And then I realized, shit, I got stuff to like, I gotta get some stuff ready. Hello to everybody on Twitch and YouTube. Hi, Danny and Lucid. I see you guys. Callie, Jawburst, Blobby. How you doing? I see the big emotes going. Happy to have you guys here. Always happy to have you guys here. And thank you so much for showing up to what is ostensibly, yes, our last stream of the year. Oh shit, I just poured my soda into my wrong cup. Like an idiot. Because I have 2 cups on my desk for some reason, and only one of them had ice in it. Boy, that's embarrassing. But yeah, there's no game today. There's no crazy gimmick or alternate model or anything like that. I just wanted to talk. I just wanted to sit here and kind of reflect on things, because I haven't really... I tend to work nights, so I haven't been up long myself. Oof, I know that feeling. I've always been like conditioned as a night owl, even though I really shouldn't be. I slept through my alarm. Thankfully, I didn't need to go anywhere, just be awake. Well, Callie, I hope you're resting up well. I hope everybody's resting well. It's hard to believe that the new year is ending just 2 days. Like after today, we just have 2 more days left of the year. And then we start the new year. And already I have like immediate plans for like what's coming up in the new year. In fact, I already have a collab planned for the first day of 2025. It's not gonna be on my channel. We're gonna be on Geronimo Kiddo's channel. We're gonna talk about polyamory. Actually, we're gonna be doing a bit of a podcast with other content creators talking about polyamory, because Geronimo liked the post that I did a while back talking about you know, misconceptions about it, and I guess that kind of sparked an idea, and we found other content creators, and we're gonna talk about that. We managed to just schedule it for the 1st of January, so trust me, even though after today I won't be streaming for a couple days, I don't think I'll be back to streaming till Friday. I'll still be around, I'll still be doing things, I'll still be posting on socials, etc. Just vibing in bed to heavy rain, hoping you're feeling okay about the new year. I've got a lot of the new year's always sort of bring a lot of mixed feelings for me personally, and it's for 2 reasons. The first reason is like is very much a personal reason. Trauma. I have a lot of trauma associated with Christmas and the New Year's, in that there has always been like something bad that has happened during these times. So my body and brain just sort of instinctively is like, something bad's gonna happen, you gotta prepare, or you can't get too excited, because the minute you get excited, something's gonna happen and you're gonna let your guard down and it's not gonna be a great time. Admittedly, not the best way to live life, but that's just how my body responds, unfortunately. So, and I know I talked like I have a similar thing that happens like during the summer, but I feel like during the holidays and New Year's, it's a little bit worse, because there's that instinct to be like, oh no, this is supposed to be like a big time, this is supposed to be a big deal, a big year, and I can never muster up the energy or courage to like feel that way, because again, it feels like right around the corner something would happen. Thankfully, at least Christmas time, that didn't seem to be the case. Hey, Crystal. Thankfully, Christmas time, that didn't seem to be the case. Christmas was relatively low-key, was relatively good. And it looks like New Year's is going to be relatively low-key, too. I might honestly just kind of spend Christmas... I might honestly just spend Christmas kind of by myself. Maybe with, like, a friend or two, or with family and stuff, but very low-key. I don't think anything crazy is going to happen. Last year was interesting. So for those who have been around that long, and I can understand if you haven't, it very much feels like a lot of our community that we have right now are people that, it feels like we didn't start building our community both on Twitch and on YouTube until, I want to say, the springtime. So a lot of you might not know this. But last year was an interesting time. For those that are unaware, don't know, I started content creation as an escape. Or more specifically, I started VTubing as an escape. I've been content creating for a couple of years. I've been content creating for like probably the past 7 years on different platforms. I had my old YouTube channel, which is still like active, but not really active, the Cartoon Cypher. And I'm active on like other social media platforms, on other websites, working with other content creators. Like I've worked with Sydney, for those who don't know, like the YouTube creator Sydney, the wife of Giguk from Trash Taste, and I've gotten to work a lot with Giguk. This past year as well. I've written some ads for him. I've also done a lot of research. I've also like worked on some behind the scenes stuff and even did a little bit of editing. So I've done a lot for like other content creators, but I haven't really done a lot for myself. So about 2 years ago, around this time is when I decided I'm gonna do some VTubing. I want to continue streaming, and I did it as an escape because I just broken up with my partner, sort of fiance at the time. Like there was never like an official engagement announcement or anything like that, but it was very much like I gave him a promise ring, and we had at the time we had intentions to get married and do stuff. It would just be like in the future. But we broke up. We broke up around the summer of 2022. And so I decided to, and we shared a Twitch channel together because we streamed together. We were IRL streamers, and it was very cute. But obviously after we broke up, we weren't going to stream together anymore. So I thought, okay, the channel was originally mine. So my ex was like, hey, do what you want with it. So at first I thought about just going back to IRL streaming, but then I thought, no, I kind of want to I don't really want to be associated with this channel anymore. I want to do something like different. And I kind of want to do my own thing. I had like the Miles Morales moment. It's like, nah, I want to do my own thing. So I made a new channel and I made a VTuber. Which is ironic because starting VTubing, I always thought was a gimmick. I thought it was just like a dumb gimmick at the time. And I thought it was going to not last that long, honestly. I gave it 5 years tops. And funny that we are almost at I think I saw Rainy post this earlier this morning or last night, where it was like, oh, isn't it crazy that in 2026, VTubing is going to be about 10 years old? That is crazy to me. So I was wrong. And I take that L. I take the egg on my face. But I did VTubing for practical reasons. I did it because I didn't want to show my face on camera. I did it because as a cosplayer who always sort of like needs to doll themselves up, I did it to like save time and energy. So I didn't really think much about what went into it. Like, I'm very happy with the way my VTuber came out. I'm glad that everybody likes it. But my design philosophy for my VTuber model was literally hand my artist friend a piece of paper with notes on it and then let them fill in the blanks. That person being Aaron Schmidt, who is a very talented artist, an amazing comic writer, has worked on a couple of other... You guys have seen him in chat. He might even stop by at some point in chat later today. An amazing content creator who has had to deal with his own ups and downs. But I started VTubing officially. Like, I had my model and everything, and I didn't like prep anything. I just sort of started. And I started in February of 2023. And it was very on and off, I didn't really think much about it. I made a lot of great friends. I got affiliate relatively quickly, to the point where even I'm kind of shocked I hit affiliate. I hit affiliate within like a week or two after starting. If it's a gimmick, it's at least it is a cool one. It is. I very much eaten my words. Like, VTubing, I have so much respect for VTubing. Both after starting and in these past 2 years, I have so much respect for VTubing to the point where now it's like sort of become a defining part of my life. And around this time last year, like November of last year, I had to make the big decision of how seriously do I want to take this? Do I still want to see it as an escape, or do I actually want to pursue it as something innovative and interesting? And so I took a break throughout November, and I came back in December with like a mini donathon and the Christmas model. The Christmas model that I admittedly didn't show off that much this year. I came back, that's because it already got all of its fanfare last year when I debuted it. And I decided, no, I want to treat this seriously. I want to see how far I can go as a content creator. I want this to be, this is who I am. And I want to see how far that I can push this. So that decision was made at the end of last year. And the idea was to go into 2024 with more of like a business, like a business serious mindset of being a content creator. And this year has been defined by, well, I do think the overall year was a net positive, like a net growth for me. It was plagued with a lot of ups and downs. a lot of ups and downs. Like, damn, I'm gonna go into it, like, I'm gonna hit a lot of the, like, big stuff that happened this year, but it really does. Hello, the silliest chatters. Hey, wrong type of hero. But I think it really does say a lot that this year was very much a case of net growth overall. Like if we had to look at this on a graph, the line did go up. It didn't go as up as I wanted it to be, and I think that's because there were a lot of ups and downs that kind of plagued it, so that line ended up looking like a median line kind of gradually going up. There was growth, and I do not want to undersell that. And I did learn a lot, and hell, so many of you being here right now is a testament and sign of that growth. Even when I look at like the raw numbers and everything, there was a lot good that happened this year. But man, I really gotta get into some of the, I haven't been open about a lot of this stuff either. Generally because I understand the mentality of like not wanting to bring the mood down or anything like that. But I don't know. I want to be selfish a bit this year. I want to be selfish a bit right now and go into, no, you're not late, Jacob. I'm just about to get into it. I want to be a bit selfish right now and really get into, like a lot, basically everything that happened. So I mentioned that I wanted to start 2024 with more of a business-oriented mindset. So what I did was, I did a bunch of consultation services, VTuber consultation services, where people will like look through your stuff. They'll like look through your stuff and they'll try to figure out, it's like, okay, what can you improve upon? What direction should you go in? Like a business plan, basically. I was looking for a business plan on how to grow as a content creator. And I basically went to like 3 different people, spent my own money for like 3 different consultation services. And only one of them was really great and insightful, if I'm being honest. This was around the time that I started uploading YouTube shorts. I started uploading YouTube shorts around November of last year. And they started popping off. So 2 of the 3 of those consultation services just looked at my YouTube shorts on like my socials and on YouTube and just said, "Oh, just keep doing that. Like you're on the right track. Like your model is very nice. You have an aesthetic. And you seem to be doing really well with like this specific type of content. Just keep doing that and things will be fine." Not to say those people were wrong, but suffice to say, I wanted a little bit more than that, since I was paying for these consultations. So the 3rd person I went to, and I'm not naming any of these people, obviously. Hey Rand. I'm not naming any of these people, obviously. The 3rd person I went to actually like sat down with me and like went through everything, and it definitely took longer, but they actually did give me like a straight up business proposal, like a document of like other content creators to look at, like strengths and weaknesses, etc. And I looked at that. I thought, this is what I want. This is what I need. And that those people that offered the consultations also offered management services. So this was around like mid to late February, I want to say. Mid to late February, after I celebrated my anniversary, like my affiliate anniversary and my like just general streaming anniversary. Fast forward to like mid-February, where I was planning on hiring them for their services. But then something happened. I had a friend DM me, a friend that I trust, DM me and basically said, "Is Nuts asking for a flamethrower today?" Well, nobody's using TTS right now. Nuts is, for once, respecting my space right now and giving me the ability to pop off. That's what I feel like everybody's doing right now, and I really do appreciate it. But a friend of mine DM'd me and was basically like, hey, this person that's been in your chats a little bit, this person's gonna DM you with an opportunity. So like, just be on the lookout for that. Like kind of cheeky in a, I can't say anything, but like, I'm excited for you, be on the lookout kind of thing. So I was a little confused, but I held off on things. I thought it was just like a collab opportunity, but no, this was somebody recruiting me to join a VTuber agency, an up and coming VTuber group agency that they were working on. Oh, the Dark Souls stream was fine, Jacob. We got pretty far. It was very stressful though. So this person reached out to me on Discord. We got into a call, and basically they're like, hey, I'm putting together a team, you know? I'm putting together a team of people where it's like, I want to create a VTuber group that is less corporate, more like casual, but still very much like brimming with opportunity and like filled with different people from different facets of VTubing, of the VTubing community. And it was being pushed, or it was supported by a good amount of people that I respect. I thought I was joining the Avengers. I thought I was joining the Avengers, but no. At first it seemed too good to be true, but then considering the people that were involved in it, a lot of creators and people that I look up to and respect, I'm like, oh, this seems legit. It's very much one of those things where I don't really know who you are, but I know them. And if they are on board with this, then I am on board with this. So I was recruited. So there was no need for me to go to the other agency to like do the management services. Cause it's like, hey, look, I'm joining a group and they're going to manage my stuff and we're going to have meetings every other week. And so I was with them for about 3 months, from like February to May, basically. And they did teach me a lot of things. They taught me how to look at my data. They taught me how to track my viewership. They taught me how to basically like check and follow up on things. They taught me how to like look at, you know, games that were trending or games that were performing well and like maybe leaning into that. You'll notice that I wasn't really doing a lot of retro streams during like the late winter, early spring. And that's why. We were taking kind of a different approach to content a little bit. Something that was more uniform with the group. And the idea was that the group was going to debut around late summer, early fall. But obviously, because of hindsight, you can tell, that did not happen. And that did not happen because the group was basically a scam. We were tricked. And we very much had to like pry it out of them that we were tricked. A lot of people in the group did not take it well at all. There were even some people that were like looking at this group as sort of a way to get back on track with some things. Bad timing, bad circumstances all around. The guy that was organizing it, we found out that he did not know what he was doing, that he wasn't making good on promises that he said he was making good on, that he didn't have as much experience with like management and organizing things as he said he did. So yeah, the TLDR is that we were scammed. We didn't lose anything necessarily. Like, it didn't cost us anything. It didn't cost the talents anything. There were editors and people brought on to like do content with the group. I feel bad for them well, I feel bad for everybody, but like if anyone was like gypped out of anything, it was more so them, because they were ostensibly being brought on to do work for free, with the idea that once sponsorships and stuff came in, then they would get like a consistent pay. And that wasn't the case. So they were basically doing work for nothing, and I feel bad. Because at least some of my shorts were produced under those circumstances. And well, I did like give money back to those to those like editors and creators as much as I could. It's still like a shitty situation. Everyone handled it differently. Some people just kind of like shrugged and tried to move on, or like kept to themselves and moved on. Others were pissed, like very, very pissed, like probably the angriest I'd ever seen some of these people, ever. Not openly, but like behind the scenes. And others were depressed, heartbroken, destroyed. And in some ways, I felt like I needed to like keep my emotions together to like kind of be supportive to them, like support them for their sake. But I was also very, very distraught as well. I was very distraught because I thought this was a sign. At first, like joining this group, I thought it was a sign that I was heading in the right direction. And then for all of that to be a scam, it's like, oh, maybe this isn't meant to be, kind of thing. I'm not super spiritual or anything. I don't think. I'm a deist. For those who don't know, a deist is somebody who a deist is somebody that believes in the idea that there's probably like a higher power or something out there, but they don't believe that they personally get involved in our affairs or anything. So I don't believe in fate or destiny or anything like that, but it does suck when something happens in sort of a coincidental or convenient way. I sometimes internalize that and take it as a sign that like, oh, this isn't meant to be or something. So there was like a good month where I wasn't like feeling great. Throughout like June and I want to say early July, I felt like shit. I'd like to think that I didn't let it on that much, but I did feel like shit. I felt very, very, nothing dangerous crossed my mind, but I did feel like very self-deprecating. I did feel very much like, I felt like I was a failure. I felt like I was not going to amount to anything. But then I thought, oh, like, why don't I just take what I learned and apply it myself? So my goal, so then the summer hit. And I'm like, I can stream a lot more during the summer. I can push myself a lot more during the summer. And I thought to myself, I want to, at the time I was averaging like maybe 12 views. Like on Twitch, I was like doing like 12 average views. So I thought I want to try to get to like 30 views by the end of the summer. And obviously that did not happen. That didn't happen I never reached that point at all throughout the year. Thankfully, one of the people that was in the group that I almost joined, wanted to be a manager themselves. So what they did was, they asked if we could work together. Like if I could hire them as a manager. So I did. I hired them as a manager, and they had been my manager for like the past 6 months, basically. Or okay, maybe not 6 months. 4 to 5 months. Yeah, about 4 to 5 months. I think we officially started around like July or August. And you know, I'd pay them at the end of every month, and they would look over. They also do not want their name to be revealed. But in the off chance that they are watching this, they did help me out a lot. And I do owe a lot. Any success that I did gain in these past couple of months, I do owe a lot of it to them. While a lot of like the major stuff did kind of come down to me, like, you know, I still had to integrate everything and organize everything. They did a lot of behind the scenes help. Finding me artists, editors, helping me stay on brand and giving me ideas for like content and stuff like that. I do owe a lot to them. They saved me so much time and energy so that I could pool more of that time and energy back into the business, basically. But it's very clear. Why is this? Sorry, hold on. Why is that open? Is it this? No. There we go. But it very much was one of those things where I did make a lot of progress today. I know people don't like talking about the numbers and stuff like that, but it was very much a case of, hey, we've technically tripled our viewership compared to where we were last year. Last year, when I got back into streaming, I was very much averaging only like 7 viewers. Now we're averaging like 21. So we did grow. We didn't grow as much as I wanted to, and I don't think my expectations were unreasonable, but we did grow. We did grow. But I think that's just it. I'm trying very hard. I'm gonna show a moment of weakness a little bit. Because while we did grow, and I never want to like look down on that growth, we definitely did not grow as much as I wanted to. We didn't. We never hit 30 average viewers, which is sort of where I wanted to. I said like, oh, I want to get to the end of the summer with that, and I do think there was potential there. But then we also but now here we are at the end of the year, and we're close, but we're not there. We're still not monetized on YouTube, which is still insane to me, despite arguably putting out like more videos than most other indie VTubers on YouTube. Still not monetized, and despite seeing like growth in followers and stuff like that, we're almost at 10K followers. We are still not monetized at all. Like, we've only recently gotten semi-close to being monetized, if you could believe that. And as far as growth on other platforms go, like, we hit some milestones, but the amount of growth and reach that I've hit on other platforms has definitely stagnated. How are you feeling? I'm feeling okay. I'm good. So, and it's especially frustrating because this feels like a year where everybody hit a stride. Like, am I doing okay? I'm okay. I am okay. I want to make it clear I am okay. Me saying like a moment of weakness is, I know a lot of people aren't big on like kind of revealing, oh, I'm upset or disappointed about this, especially since they could come off as like ungrateful or needy. I swear this is one of the only times I'm going to be like this. I just wanted to be real with you guys as the year kind of came to a close. But yeah, it was, we did grow, but we didn't grow as much as I wanted to. And for a time, I was very frustrated with that. There were even some like moments where I've like even gotten calls with my manager where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm like going in the right direction. I felt very lost, aimless. I wasn't sure if I was doing a good job. Because in that classic self-defeating mentality, I also kept comparing myself to everybody. It feels like, when I say it feels like this year was a year where a lot of people hit their strides, yeah, like everyone is partner pushing, or they've like quadrupled their viewership, or they've got monetization on YouTube, or they've re-debuted a new model, or they've gotten featured on the front page of Twitch. There were a lot of moments where, again, I don't try to let it show, But there were a lot of moments where I would be at home editing or like going through data, and I would think to myself, what am I doing? Like, why can't I be like them? Why am I not hitting the same strides that they are? Some people like did talk, and I've had a lot of talks with people. Some very much being like, dude, this has technically been the first year that you treated VTubing seriously, right? Yeah. Okay, so if we were to pretend or act like you only started VTubing when you started taking it seriously a year ago, you've made a lot of growth that most other people don't make in that year. You look at some other content creators, and they've either had to make incredible sacrifices to get to the point that they're at, or they've already been at it for like 3 or 4 years. So like, it is very much a grass is always greener type of situation where, yeah, you could sit there and be like, oh, but like I'm a failure because I'm not as good as like these people. It's like, well, there are probably people that are looking at you being like, damn, they've only been at this for a year, and look how much progress they have made. Look how much of a presence they've made. And that's kind of the that is kind of the catch-22 a little bit, where it's like, so you didn't hit the goals that you wanted. That doesn't mean you didn't hit any goals at all. They just weren't the goals that you were thinking about. You've organized big collabs. You've worked with amazing content creators. You've worked with amazing content creators, big and small. You've been recognized by a lot of people in this community. And there are still people that are looking towards you. There are people that DM you asking for advice, asking for help. There are people that value your presence in this community. Like, look at your Discord, look at your chat, look at the people that show up, look at the other content creators that like will sometimes lurk in and be around you. It's like those same people that you are jealous of see you as a friend. Like, think about that for a second. So it's okay to have moments where like you're scared and maybe think that like you don't have value because you haven't hit your own standard, but those aren't the only standards that exist. And it's still important to take the good that came to this world in stride as well. You can acknowledge the bad stuff that has happened, but you also got to take a minute to acknowledge that like there was a lot of good that came out of this year as well. So yes, you got scammed. Someone took advantage of yours and a lot of other people's kindness. But it was also through that situation that you ended up meeting arguably some of the closest friends that you've made this year. One of which you're even like gaslighting yourself into saying that you'll probably end up living with them at some point in the future. You've gotten into good long talks with people. You've cried with them, for them. You've had people cry for you. You've had your community really step up and be there for you at times where you needed it, because there were some touch and go moments there too. Touch and go moments where like money really wasn't good. Touch and go moments where like, yeah, I only met Sunny this year. You had like a great manager, someone who was like kind of there patting you on the back, like kind of pushing you through things. And I say had because they are no longer my manager starting next month. They are moving on to their own bigger and greener prospects. Like they had an amazing opportunity come their way and they just can't manage me anymore. So I am kind of in the market for a new manager at the moment. I might have one lined up, but where that'll go has yet to be seen. But they probably don't think this because things were kind of very tricky these past couple of months specifically. But again, in the off chance that they are listening to this, I really do owe a lot to them for helping keeping me sane, helping keeping me stable, and helping jumpstart something that I'm going to reveal at the end of this stream. But the other reason why I've never been a big fan of like the end of the year celebrations is because it kind of forces you to reflect on the year. And being the negative Nancy that I am, being the pessimist that I am, I always do want to focus on the negatives. I do want to focus on, hey, remember how like you got scammed and like had a lot of your time and arguably resources taken away? Or hey, remember all of the people that really didn't shape up to be who you thought they were? Which did happen a few times this year. We saw a lot of call outs this year. We saw a lot of graduations this year. And I had a lot of situations, and some of them were people that I thought were friends. And it was very upsetting to find out that some of them weren't who I thought they were. Can you tell that I have can you tell that I have a lot of trauma associated with people, saying one thing and then doing another, or people leaving me behind, basically. That's kind of what I was scared about when the group disbanded. I thought, I'm never going to talk to these people again. And that didn't end up being the case. If anything, I've seen those people try extra hard to be a presence in my life. And I'm not used to that. I'm really, really not used to that. I'm not used to people putting in the effort for me. I'm not used to people hearing me out and sorry, I'm getting I knew I was gonna cry at some point during this. It's kind of starting. I'm not used to people hearing me out or being empathetic to where I'm coming from. I definitely did not see a lot of that outside of VTubing. When the year started, I was dating somebody for a couple of months, and we broke up like right when the year started. And their excuse was that the energy around me had changed. They're like, oh, during the holidays, I've noticed your energy has changed. And I think it's better if we just don't see each other anymore. And I'm like, what? My energy probably has changed because I have a lot of trauma associated with the holidays and New Year's, which I told you about. I was very direct and open with you about that. It just felt like an excuse to like not want to really deal with me anymore. Most of my life has been like that. It's been nothing like super horribly traumatic or anything, but a lot of my life has been plagued by putting a lot of my energy into other people and just not getting a lot of it back in return. A lot of it's been plagued by being there for people who never follow up in their own way. Hell, even my last relationship ended in that way, actually. When I care about somebody and I want them to be happy, whether it's a friend or a partner, I tend to, I hate that I have to kind of call this a problem, because it shouldn't be a problem. I put a lot of myself into being there for people. And most of the time, I'm never given that energy back. So what happens is I end up burning myself out. Or giving my energy to the wrong people that arguably didn't deserve it. And there were a lot of moments like that this year. Unlike the relationship and social and like outside of VTubing, in my real life, there were a lot of people like that this year. Hell, I started seeing someone earlier this year, like around early February, and it was probably one of the more serious relationships I had been in this past year. And they broke it off with me around my birthday, actually. Or around my birthday, we just kind of stopped talking with each other. And not by lack of effort of like trying to be there with each other, but they broke it off with me during the summertime. And that stung, but the excuse they gave was that, hey, I'm like focusing on work and all these entrepreneur opportunities that I'm working on, and I do still like you and I care about you, but I don't have like the energy to give you. And I respected that. And then like a month later, I caught them dating and being with somebody else. And I kind of like called them out on that. And it was very much like, yeah, no, I wasn't honest with you. It's not that I didn't have the energy to be in a relationship. I just didn't really want to be in a relationship with you anymore. But I didn't want to hurt your feelings, so I came up with I gave that excuse instead. And that is such a big pet peeve of mine. It is such a big pet peeve of mine when people say one thing and then do another, because I trust people a lot. I trust people a lot, more than I arguably should. And a lot of them let me down. So, like, between the guy scamming us and like a bunch of like friendships and relationship stuff, like sort of all panning out exactly the same way this year, I didn't really have a lot of value in myself. I arguably still don't. Again, things are better now compared to how they were before. And a lot of that does come down to the friends that I did make, the friends that did stick around. The fact that it's funny, because again, the year was like a year of extremes. I lost a lot of friends, or like had a lot of people treat me poorly, but I also had a lot of people show up. I had a lot of people step up and treat me with kindness that I, again, do not expect or am used to. And it's very, the vibe is very much like, well, get used to it, bucko, because we're not going anywhere. And that makes me so happy to hear. And it's enough to make me want to trust people more. For what it's worth, Bolts, I'm really enjoyed your streams and shorts. You're better than you realize. That is something that I've been like starting to work through, is recognizing that I do have a lot of worth, both in this community, and value, both in this community, to people, and in myself. I have a lot of value. I have a lot of value to give. I have a lot to offer. And while I'll probably need to be like careful with regards to like who I give that to and everything, I don't regret being there for people the way that I have. And I've made some amazing friends this past year, and fuck, it's enough to make me cry sometimes with regards to how people have been there for me. Like, I'm still seeing people, like, display kindness to me in a way that I'm really not used to. But I want to get used to it. I want to get used to it. I want to get used to feeling like I matter. I want to get used to feeling like I am worth something to a lot of people. You guys listening, you guys watching, taking this time are big contributing factors to that, and I am so freaking thankful and grateful for it. I'm sorry if there are moments where it seems like I'm not grateful, or like if I am taking it for granted. I'm just not used to it. I'm not used to it, and I don't always know how to show it. But I feel it, and I'm gonna make sure I do a better job of expressing it too, because that's the bare minimum that you guys deserve. Thank you. Still have a bit of a cough. I've done so freaking much this year. This year was very much... This year wasn't the milestone year that I wanted it to be. Oh man, it was nice to find you this year. Keep it up. Thank you. Your feelings are valid, and you are valid. Thank you, Lucid. Thank you, Federico. This year was not the, like, cornerstone year that I wanted it to be. But that doesn't mean that it was a wasted year. Far from it. Like I said, the people that I got to meet and talk to have, like... I feel like I've leveled up in more subtle ways than like the crazy times that I wanted to. I've done so much. I've done a lot this year. I've done a lot this year. Like think about it for a second. I had a YouTube short go viral and get like millions of views. I got to meet the CEO of Covercore and talk about the future of VTubing with, like, arguably someone who's at the cornerstone of professional VTubing. I got to step outside my comfort zone and work in different fields of content creation, entertainment, like NSFW work, and I realized I'm good at it. I've gotten to do more voice acting on, like, other streams and work with professionals and feel like I belong there, you know? Like, you appreciate the transparency? I'm not gonna make this a regular thing. I just figure that since this is the end of the year, it's worth being transparent and open about this stuff so that I don't have to always talk about this stuff, you know? But it's interesting because I feel like while it is a bit of a double-edged sword being close to so many incredibly talented people, the fact that I can call those incredibly talented people my friends, like, that still almost doesn't feel real to me. Like, the calls that I've gotten in with people that are like, oh man, I've looked up to you, or I love the stuff that you've put out, or man, you've done some crazy stuff this year, keep it up. Like, and these are from people with, like, I know that there's not, like, a lot of value. It's not good to put that much value in, like, viewership or anything, but these are people that, like, I see as above me, you know? These are people that I see as, like, the goals that I strive for, that are talking to me like that. it's enough to make me feel like that I am actually doing something right. And I think the reason why a lot of those milestones that I've listed, like one of my shorts going viral, or interviewing Cover Core, or doing NSFW work, I think a reason why a part of me doesn't like, it's not that I don't value those accomplishments, but I think my brain is like looking at it in terms of longevity. Because when somebody does like an amazing thing, you expect it to like carry over and keep the momentum going, and it's like, oh, you're only going up and up and up. Whereas with me, it feels like this year had a lot of like amazing like moments, like burst moments that were like really good and really cool. And then we return back to normal kind of thing. And maybe a lot of that has to do with like me and my marketing abilities, or like my ability to capitalize on things. There are things that like I can still improve and get better with. But what I want moving forward is, it's not flash in the pan growth. It's not like, oh, look at this cool moment in their life. I just want to keep improving. I want to keep raising the bar. I want to feel like I have a place in this community. And let me be specific, I want to feel like I have a place in this community. I know I do. But I want to be able to improve myself and my craft to a point where I can like look back at my streams, look at my VODs, look at everything and just be like, I did that. I am here to stay, and I am a part of something so much bigger and more important than myself. It's kind of like, to make a comparison, it's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit, where like in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, Jack Atlas is seen as like the king, the one at the top of everybody. And I feel like I'm Yusei fiddling with my bike, trying to get things running so that I can also compete on that stage. And I think it's only, I think I'm close. Everything I do is like another step closer to that goal. So no, the year was not wasted, because just because it wasn't a milestone year doesn't mean it wasn't a good transition year. Doesn't mean I didn't level up. I grinded like freaking crazy this year. I scripted so many videos. I worked with so many different content creators. I put out so much different content out there. I worked hard at like my freelance job and all this extra work in order to save money so I could put money back into streaming and everything. I don't think anyone can deny that I worked hard. And there should be a little bit of pride in that as well. But, you know, in this day and age, just because you work hard doesn't mean that you actually, like, accomplish anything. But let me tell you something, guys. There have been people who, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't. And I think I work hard so that I can eventually get to a point where I do get it. But people have like faith in me. Like, people see potential in me. It's this weird feeling of, it's this sense of like, you're not big yet, or you haven't hit your stride yet, but you will. Like, I've had calls with people, a mess, and they've told me, please tell me you're not quitting. And I was never planning on quitting. Like, every setback I've hit this year was never enough to get me to quit. Like, I would have to be canceled pretty freaking badly to ever think about quitting. That is never, I will say this right now. I don't think, unless circumstances would have to be very, very bad for me to ever quit doing what I'm doing. For me to ever stop doing what I'm doing. But I was never planning on stopping. Hell, I was probably going to keep going until I freaking burned until I freaking burned and caught on fire. I don't plan on stopping. But the fact that people would ask me, please tell me you don't plan on stopping. It's like, really? Like you would care if I stopped. And they're like, yeah. Like something would be missing if you were not here. And I think that's something that I've always wanted to hear from people, especially people that I look up to and respect. Because it's not that it doesn't feel like I belong. I guess I'm just never thought that I would belong. Again, I started VTubing as an escape, to run away from things, to not think about things. And yet it ended up becoming this thing that I can't imagine my life without anymore. I've met people that I can't imagine my life without them anymore. And it's insane to me. It is insane to me that that is the case. I've always looked up to people from afar and always strive to kind of like push myself to be like them or push myself to meet them. And having those people so close to me is a double-edged sword at times. There are still times where I'm jealous. There are still times where I need to take a step back and be like, I'm happy for you, but I worry that like you've pulled so far ahead of me that like I don't even know if I can like reach you anymore. But then those people reach over and it's like, no, you're gonna get here. Like I'm keeping your seat warm. You're gonna get here too. That makes me want to try harder, and that makes me want to push harder, try more. Obviously, I push myself too far sometimes. Okay, a lot of times. This has probably been the year that I've been like the most physically ill or physically like out of it compared to previous years. I got sick a lot this year. And there have been times where I've had to be like pulled in a lot of different directions between my family and my job. The fact that I'm able to keep things afloat for as much as I can, considering that I'm doing all of this by myself too, or like most of this by myself too. But I keep pushing because this is where I want to be. With you guys in this garage with my dumbass son right here. This is where I want to be. Being here makes me happy. Working with so many great people, being able to put out such amazing stuff, always trying to find a new way to like put things out there. That stuff makes me happy. And I wouldn't give it up for anything in the world. So no, if there was ever a fear that I was going to stop doing what I'm doing. Get rid of it. That's not happening. I'm going to keep trying until I hit my stride, until I get to the place where I want to be. And I want to be at a place where practically this machine can keep itself going. I do want to be a full-time content creator. I do want to be able to put out amazing stuff for everybody to enjoy. Or maybe not everybody, because not everybody's going to enjoy my stuff. But I want as many people to enjoy my stuff as possible. I want this community that we have fostering here to grow. And I want it to feel... I want everyone to feel special and comfortable. I want to continue to make streams and content that make people smile. I want to be responsible for those smiles. Selfishly, yes, I want to be responsible for other people feeling happy and inspired. It's not going to be easy, but I definitely think it's possible. So I had to take a step back to the drawing board. So I took a step back to the drawing board, and I asked myself, what can I do better? What are my goals? What are my goals for the next year? I have a couple of them. Some are more obvious than others. I think definitely I want to get monetized on YouTube. I want to hit 10K on YouTube and get monetized. We're not too far from 10K, which is crazy to me. Some of that was through experimentation and like some paid a paid advertisement here or there. I did one paid advertisement, which did like boost the channel a little bit, but overall, I know some people have asked, like, wait, why are you almost at 10K, but you're still not monetized? Because monetization comes from hours of content viewed. My content gets viewed once, people subscribe, and then that's it. They don't always check out the other content. Or my long-form videos were just too short to generate a lot of average viewership, which is why I'm experimenting with longer videos. I think we can have a lot of fun with like reaction videos and stuff like that, or checking out that retro content that I've wanted to check out for a while on stream, and then converting that into very fun YouTube content. You guys really liked the death battle reaction, some of my trailer reactions. Some of you guys have already given me ideas for other reactions you want to see, like old cartoons, other like retro commercials and stuff like that. I think I have a lot of things planned for next year as far as rolling out content goes. I like when they make videos of Wario. Aki, what are you doing over there on YouTube? What are you doing over there on YouTube? Aki, do you want to do like a Wario themed collab? You're hiding? Well, I think you gave away your position. Aki, I would like to work with you in 2025, actually. You've been one of those content creators that I look up to a lot. You have like a style and a presence and just a general vibe that I really, really respect and look up to. And honestly, it's one of those things where I still get like, oh, just wait till you see when I'm cooking. I always look forward to seeing what you're cooking. Whether it's like the charity streams, all the modded games you play. I've gotten a huge kick out of the Zelda Let's Plays that you've been doing. Honestly, I've been taking a lot of cues from you as to like some stuff that I have planned for the next year. But I would love to talk with you more. You are definitely one of the content creators that I have been like talking about during this stream in terms of like people that I look up to, and in general, like every time you pop by and like show your support, it always catches me off guard, but it puts like the biggest freaking smile on my face. So thank you, Aki, for being around here, and just being you. I feel that way about a lot of creators. I feel that way about Yomi, Hazy, Sunny. Recently, I've come across like a lot of cool people like Ouija, or like Ouija Boo, or Ray. Oh my God! Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. You. Oh my God, Aki! No, Aki! Fuck no, Aki! No, Aki! No, that's not what I meant! And Valorant also gave out communities. Jeez, ow, 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 guys, no, ow, ow, ow! This wasn't what I was thinking about. This wasn't what I was talking about. Guys. Guys, fuck, no, I was holding it in, and you have to go ahead and do that. Fuck. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. My name is Bolts the Mechanic. I'm a retro mechanic VTuber, heavily inspired by some of my favorite video game franchises of all time, like Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, etc. We do a bunch of retro variety themed streams here and content across Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. We also, you raided at a very interesting time. There's no games or anything today. This is just kind of a end of year stream roundup. I'm getting very emotional right now. Aki, thank you. Fuck. Aki and Valorant, thank you so much for all of the gifted subs. JP, thank you for the 100 community bits. Guys, thank you. Let me, is that how it goes? Yes, please guys, go check out Aki. Aki is, if you guys like my content, Aki is literally like the content I want to do, but like better. Ow, ow, ow! Mecca, thank you so much for the 100 biddies. Like, again, they are somebody that I strive to be more like. And they just create content that, hands down, they make content that makes me want to try harder. They make content that makes me want to be better and improve. And maybe that's also why I work so hard, because I'm surrounded by so many people that make content like that. So yes, while there are moments where like the little green monster is like, be jealous, or wow, like look how far ahead they're pulling from you, I don't internalize that as wanting to see those people drag down. I internalize that as, okay, I'm gonna be better, or wow, they hit a new milestone, I want to be better, I want to be where they are. And I have so much stuff planned coming up regarding like next year. I think, let me put it this way. I was mentioning before that I don't like the holidays and New Year's because of past trauma, and how like reflecting on the year, I always think about the negatives, and I never like look forward, and never focus on the positives or look forward to things. And it's like, not this time. Not this time. This is like the first time that I'm like excited. I'm really excited, guys. I am excited about what is to come next year. I am excited about the things that I'm working on, the things I have planned, the projects that I'm brewing, the collabs that I'm planning. I am so excited about what's going to come in 2025. And I cannot tell you when the last time I felt that way was. I don't remember when the last time I felt that way was. I don't. And it's It's almost scary. It's almost scary. Having like this much excitement and positivity kind of flowing through me. It's such an alien feeling to me, but I don't want it to be anymore. I don't want it to be anymore. And I don't think it's going to be. Oh, what new emote did we get? Oh, we got a little present. And so what if this year I didn't hit all of the milestones that I wanted? That's fine. The important thing is what I do with everything that I've learned this year. Do I just let it wash over me, or do I funnel it into something creative and interesting and fun? And that's why, and that's what I think 2025 is going to be defined as. It's going to be defined as the year that I do hit my stride, where I do push myself to a different realm, where I do push myself to like, where I can kind of shed my skin a little bit and be myself. Not that I haven't been myself, but I mean like, I can be even more myself, even more unapologetically myself. I want to be somebody that can smile even more than I am right now. So I'm taking all of my experiences this year. I'm taking everything that I've learned this year, from amazing people to different industries that I've worked in, and I'm funneling it into something new, something exciting. And you guys are going to be the first ones to see it. Here it is. Enjoy. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Have to format that. Okay, you know what? It's probably better if I share it like this. Yeah. It's probably better if I format it like this. So that way you guys can like properly see it. Because I thought like just throwing it on screen would work. No, because of the aspect ratio. And I had to format it more like a vertical, whoa, a vertical short than anything. Man, I feel like I lost the dramatic thunder right there, but it's okay. Oh, what the heck? There we go. That was weird. Where is it? There we go. All right. Here it is, guys. Here's what I have planned for 2025. Also, I need to make sure that the music is playing. All right, I don't think you'll be able to hear the music, but it's fine. I think the visuals will speak for itself. I'm going to post this on socials later, but that is your first look at Bolts 2.0 coming hopefully either in the late spring or early summer of next year. The artwork is already, that's just a preview line art. The artwork is actually already done. The riggers and artists have already been selected. Production starts in just a few weeks. You love the Kingdom Hearts. So there is Kingdom Hearts music playing, but OBS isn't letting me play it, and maybe that's for the better because of how like copyrighted it is. When I share it on my socials, you'll hear the Kingdom Hearts music. Funny enough, there was no Kingdom Hearts inspiration that went into this design at all. But every person I showed it to is like, oh cool, it's like Kingdom Hearts. And I'm like, I wasn't thinking about that, but now I can't unsee it, so I played with that a little bit. So yeah. That will be coming in 2025. And this design, this isn't just a 2.0 design. This is going to be the culmination of everything that I have learned this year. I've worked with so many people already just to get this design down. Again, you're only seeing previews of it. But this is what you guys have to look forward to in 2025. This isn't just for me, this is for you guys as well. I never stopped working, I never stopped cooking. Like, we're already 2 months into production with this. And I am so freaking excited. I am so happy and excited. This isn't just a 2.0. This is a level up. This is going to be bolts with all of the experience, all of the support that they have gotten this past year. Okay? And I'm like so excited, and I want to share more. But I gotta be patient, just like how you guys do. But already I think you can see that we're going in a very different direction. Now, what I plan on doing is I'm taking a bit of a page out of like some other content creators' books, and I want to make your guys' subs more worth it. So during this week, and we'll announce this more in the community Discord, so join if you haven't already. What I plan on doing is setting up a chat within the Discord server for subs only, for subs on Twitch only, and you guys will get updates on how the model will come out, updates on artists, new emotes, all of that. You guys will get first previews of everything before we officially roll it out. So if you... So everyone who just got all those gifted subs, if that's something you'd be interested in, hang on to those subs, you know, because I want to make it worth it. All money, all donations, all subs, all of that money, that is going into this model. I've been working, a part of the reason why I haven't been sleeping is because I've been working extra freelance hours to just try to earn as much money as I can. I even sort of managed to get my family's support in this. My regret is that I can't have it out as soon as possible. But you know, these things take time. This doesn't mean my content is going to change or anything. A lot of the changes will be aesthetics, layouts, presentation, etc. And just uniforming everything that I've learned into one model. Think of it this way. If this year was all about me having my hands in multiple cookie jars, then next year is going to be about putting the contents of all of those cookie jars into one big jar. And that's what this 2.0 is going to be. it's going to be this one big jar. And I'm so freaking excited. I cannot describe how excited I am. Yes, furry bolts. Like I said, we're going in a bit of a scary, different direction. A little bit scary. Change is scary. But ow! Ow! Wood. You guys haven't even seen the full model yet, but ow, 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 ow. Dan is so excited he's nutting everywhere. But I don't think you guys will be disappointed at all. And everybody on YouTube, once we hit monetization, I definitely plan on involving you guys in everything a lot more too. Catgirl bolts arc when? Hey boss, just want to say I'm really glad, really happy that I found out about you this year. Keep on going, man. I believe in you. Oh, thank you, Ghoul. That does mean a lot. Thank you so much. And Red Eyes, if you're still there, I'm sorry if I got like too wrapped up into my thing, but thank you so much for sharing your community with me and for the raid. I do appreciate it. I'm glad I found all of you guys this year. All of you have been wonderful and amazing and have given so much support. Ow! I couldn't ask for a better community. But yeah, that's kind of all I've really wanted to talk about. No matter where you go, both understand your community, your friends, we're all here behind you. I know. As you will constantly pelt my head, I know that I'm loved. I know that I'm valued. I know that I'm appreciated. And it's time I started being happy about that. It's time I started allowing myself to be happy about that. For the longest time I wasn't, but now I think I'm ready. So thank you guys. Now I want to try and get the Powerline costume for you and those plushies. I will be, if you guys also do want to directly donate to the model, like everything is happening. But if you want to move the process along or show support as well, I will be adding this model to my throne. So if you want to contribute to it there, you can. There's no pressure anywhere, but I'm starting to be open about accepting help and accepting the fact that, you know, you guys might want to like throw a bunch of shit at me to get things going. And that is definitely going to happen. So thank you guys for everything. I honestly don't really have anything else to say or to go over. I don't know. It's still a lot to take in. I hope 2025 is a better time for all of us. I hope it's a time that like we can learn to be happy with ourselves, that we can learn to accept ourselves, accept where we're going, what we want to do out of life. And I think it's definitely possible. I think it's definitely possible. You guys have a lot of faith in me, and I will not let you down, but I also have a lot of faith in you. It could still be a bad year in like a global sense. The apocalypse could still come, but my point is that even if the apocalypse comes, I'm not going to let it stop me from doing what I love. I built this garage. Originally, I was like, oh, I built this garage with my own hands. No, this garage represents so much to me. It represents it represents everything that like you guys have done for me, everything that you've put into this. This garage isn't just for me to work. A mechanic is nothing without their customers. And you guys have been some of the best customers that a lowly mechanic like myself could ask for. Plans for the rest of the year. Plans for the rest of the week, I guess. No streams for the rest of the year. I literally just subbed. Thank you. Thank you so much. Both on Twitch and on YouTube. Plans for the rest of the year. There will be no new videos or streams for the rest of the year. It's only 3 days left. I do have a collab planned for Wednesday. I do have a collab planned for Wednesday. Subs are increasing in price again. God fucking damn it. I also have to find new other ways that you guys can like support and give back without like breaking the bank. Or that's just more pressure on me to make everything worth it for you guys. Yeah, Dan. Look, it's Dan. Close to $10 a sub now? That's bullshit. Bullshit. All the more reason why we need to get monetized on YouTube as well. Having multiple forms of income will be very, very helpful. But yeah, I do plan on putting out some more NSFW audios for the next couple of days. I'm probably going to spend today and tomorrow resting my voice though, because I'm already hitting a bit of a limit. And then, yeah, I think we'll be back to streaming. Oh, Lincoln, thank you so much for a follow. I just saw you just subbed on YouTube and you followed on Twitch. I'm super happy. Gotcha twice. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. If you want to get me 3 times, you could join the community Discord as well. But I do plan on, we'll be returning to streaming on Friday. We'll return to streaming on Friday, January 3rd. I already have a collab planned for Saturday on the 4th. Oh, and tonight I will be on Calidori's stream again to go over some Metabot reviews. We'll be having one more collab tonight, just not on my channel. Fuck. Oh, is it Calidor-E with 2 eyes? Yes, it was 2 eyes. Am I excited for any conventions? Well, that's just it. The convention season for me doesn't really start until like the late spring, early summer. Like, it doesn't really start for me for a while. I'm still gonna be doing a lot of freelance work, and I might have some convention jobs here or there, but as far as like definitively what conventions am I working, you guys don't have to worry about that until we hit like the summer. My convention season just ended. The busiest time is usually starts in the summer with when I go to LA, and then ends around Comic-Con. There you go, Lincolns. But no, I'm not looking forward. There aren't really a lot of conventions I'm looking forward to. I would like to get back into cosplay this year. I would, but that's just it. I'm kind of scaling back on a lot of things so that I can put all of that money, time, and energy into streaming. Like I said, I'm even working a bunch of extra jobs in order to put money into streaming, because let me put it this way. This model and this rigging cost about $1,500. I am already looking to double that. Duty calls. Okay, Lucid, thank you for stopping by. We're looking to double that next year. Double like the amount of money, time, and energy that gets put into this. Because I want this model to be like my definitive model and look for a while. So, if you guys want to see me cosplay, I'll like still put those cosplays like on the throne and stuff. I'm probably going to advertise the throne a bit more. I saw San Diego Comic-Con showed up in July, only July, same here, Anime Expo Con. There is Anime Expo in July. That's probably the next convention I'm definitely working. I might get called in to moderate conventions during the spring. But so far for the winter, not really. I might take a day trip to like KatsuCon in DC only because I know friends are going there, but that's more for pleasure than for work. And KatsuCon is always like a freaking nightmare, so I don't really feel like I'll be missing anything. That's just it. Like, I've just been having a lot of fun spending time with you guys. So, that's that. That's that. Didn't you go do a panel at a con a while ago? What was that about? I did a panel I was invited as a cosplay guest, and I did organize a panel. That was in 2023. That was in 2023. And that was actually probably the last time I cosplayed professionally. That was in August of 2023.
We love you, Daddy. Please, can you feed us next year?
Yes, I will make sure that you are well fed next year. Who knows? You might even get that flamethrower next year, nuts. I mean, what? I didn't say anything. Was that your first time doing a panel? I did a anime dubs panel at a Philadelphia convention in August. It was part of my contract. I was brought on as a cosplay guest. And part of the contract was that I had to put on a panel. Like, they reserved room for me to do a panel, so I did a panel for, so I did a panel on anime dubs. Yeah, nuts broke, I'm resetting him. I did a panel on anime dubs, which is based off of what my last thing was. Do I know what an eye lady is? No. Should I? It's not working. Weird, I just reset VTS and it still wasn't working.
Pog Online Poggers.
Was it J1Con? I don't know. It was TechoCon.
Finally, Arson.
It was TechoCon. I lay D's nuts on your chin. God fucking damn it, femboy. I hate you. I went to J1, but I know about it. No, it was TechoCon in either Pittsburgh or Philadelphia. Oh yeah, Pittsburgh. It was Pittsburgh, which was a pain because that was like an 8-hour drive that I had to make. But no, I don't think I'll be guesting at any more conventions. I'm definitely not guesting at any conventions.
Always remember, you're a gem worth finding. You're a ball of joy that we now have for the end of time. Red heart people hugging. Stay awesome, dude.
Aw, thank you, Shadow. And thank you, Shadow, for like being a great mod these past couple of months. I know you're still finding your footing with all of it, but you're doing a great job, and I do appreciate you. But yeah, I probably won't do any panels or guest appearances. If I do, they're not going to happen until late next year, not early next year. As far as conventions and stuff go, I don't really have anything planned for the first half of next year. Like I said, I might get, if I get called in for a job or something, I will let you guys know. But I don't really go to conventions anymore unless I'm working them. I might put myself out there more to moderate more conventions because it is good money and it is good exposure and good experience. I have to talk with the guy that got me my first job first and see if he can, and see if maybe he needs any additional work. But hey, that might also provide some good stories for you guys, like the fucking Zach Angulaire story. I still can't believe that happened and it pisses me off. People suck. People really, really be sucking out here. Sucking the teat, you know? What the fuck? That's weird. But yeah, any other questions? We're probably going to end stream soon because I think I've more or less talked about everything that I wanted to like cover during this. Hey Jacob, you're back. We're just
I don't
about to
know what a teat is, Daddy.
Well, get used to them because maybe I'll have some teats for you next year too. How's the stream? Stream's good. I submitted a panel to Katsucon that was rejected. Wasn't disappointed, but I thought it was a shoe-in. I did bigger panels at larger cons. I think the problem with Katsucon is that it's so over-bloated. It's a very over-bloated convention, so I think it's less a case of your credentials and more a case of just there were so many people that submitted, you know? If I did do a panel, it would probably be another Anime Dubs panel, or it could be like a media preservation panel.
Does this mean Rivet sister I have a chance?
Maybe. Maybe. Perhaps. Trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, no, that's it. I'll be posting my stream schedule probably either tomorrow or Tuesday. Again, I'll be posting in the Discord when we'll go live. I might go to Anime Boston this year. I did a panel in 2002. I had a lot of fun. Hope I can do it again. I would love to go back to Anime Boston. It's just always at a weird time. It's always at a weird time where like I'm inundated with so many other things. If I can work the convention, like for press, then I think then maybe I'll go back to Anime Boston. If I do go to like another con, like a big anime con or something, maybe I'll do a meet and greet if like enough people are there. I don't know. I don't know. I am definitely looking forward to... I might do press at Anime Boston too. I don't know. Cool. There are also plans to expand on potentially expand into Blue Twitch and make some other NSFW content there. Oh, and Bolt, is it okay to someday when free ask to help or advice on Discord? You can. I'm not sure how much advice I'd be able to give because I'm still trying to figure out Discord. Like I said, I still need to make like a separate channel for subscribers only. That'll probably be done in like the upcoming days. But yeah, Shadow, if you need any help or advice with something, I don't know. I might open up a channel in the Discord that's like just general like free help advice and discussions, because we do have a lot of streamers and people that are like experimenting with content in Discord as well. So maybe I'll do that so it'll be easier than people just DMing me. I will say that because things are so hectic, I'm probably not going to respond to like direct DMs as much as I was before, because I did get to a point where I was very overwhelmed by everything. But definitely want to help out but I'll definitely help out where I can. Shadow. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining the Discord. Who's our last raid of the year going to be? Who is our last raid of the year going to be? Have you ever done a face reveal before? On Twitter, you guys can see my face. I've posted my face a couple of times on Twitter. Do you know that TikTok might get banned in the next month? Yes, which is why please diversify your content. If you grew on TikTok, make sure to spread your content on other social media platforms. Always diversify. I think we're going to wrap this up. Who are we going to raid into, though, is a great question. Who is our final raid of the year going to be? Who do we know that's streaming now? A lot of people that are streaming now. Who is somebody that we have not really raided in a while? Last two, yeah, you have 2 more days to beat Sonic Adventure 2. Well, first off, everybody on YouTube, thank you so much for sticking by and indulging. I know this has been like a slightly different stream than usual, but definitely have a lot of fun YouTube content planned, both live streams and reaction videos. So look forward to that. Please make sure you have your bell notification turned on, so that way you are alerted every time I go live or every time I post a new video. Anything, even a like, even the smallest like or comment means a lot and does a lot for the algorithm. Let's do our best to get YouTube monetization sooner rather than later, because the sooner we hit monetization, the more fun YouTube exclusive streams we can have. Thank you guys so much over on YouTube, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.